good morning, good evening, wherever you are at, all over the world. I am your life coach, Marie Kennedy Groves. Welcome to the Healing Waters broadcast. I am excited that you have joined me on today. Whenever you are catching this episode, and I'm going to tell you just a little bit about myself. If you've not watched a prior broadcast or have been privileged to be a part of the Healing Waters community, but I am a single mom of two amazing kids that I now consider young adult, grown. Obviously you're always a mother, but I've kind of transitioned into that cheerleader role and more of a coaching type role. And I am loving my life. Absolutely loving my life. I have a 4.5-year-old grandson who is he's my world. My beautiful people. He is my world. This kid, the conversations, the deep conversations that we have, it's amazing. I just say that I think everybody should have a 4.5-year-old grandson to give their life perspective, to just bring back the focus of just how amazing and cool life truly is. And the way that you see that is through the eyes of a 4.5-year-old. So, today's broadcast is titled, Be You. Be You. And I'm going to tell you a story that has inspired this broadcast. And if you follow me, you know that I am extremely transparent. I do a lot of real life, no bells and whistles. I don't like scripted. I just like being real. So if you're one of my real ones that loves being real as well, then Healing Waters broadcast is for you. So I'm going to tell you a story about what happened, I believe it was last week. I heard my grandson having a conversation in the other room. And someone was asking him, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I heard him say, in his sweet little voice, as he looked at this person with 5 heads, like they had 5 heads. I mean, he was so confused. What do you want to be when you grow up? And he looked at them and he said, myself. I want to be myself. And they said, no, do you want to be a fireman? They were going down through a whole laundry list of things. And he just looked at them and he was like, no, his name is Gideon. He goes, I want to be Gideon. My beautiful people, I cannot even tell you how, as I heard that conversation from the other room, my spirit absolutely leaped within me. And I was like, oh my gosh, there it is right there. I want to be myself. I don't want to be anybody else. I don't want to be like anybody else. And I came around the corner where they were having the conversation. And I just looked at him. I stood there and I just looked at him and I said, Gideon, Glam Mom agrees with you. That is amazing that you want to be yourself when you grow up. Because me too, Gideon. I want to be myself too. And that is the most beautiful answer. That's the most beautiful, beautiful aspiration that you can have, is to be your true self. So, today's broadcast is inspired by my 4.5-year-old grandson, who spoke some deep, deep truth in a moment when he was asked a question. And I want to discuss this today because I have really been meditating on what he said and on how it resonated in my spirit, and how from the mouth of a 4.5-year-old, it was so deep. So what we are going to do is we are going to take a short commercial break. And then we are going to come back and discuss around being ourselves and the significance of choosing to be ourselves, and why we strive to be everything else but ourselves, and how we get lost, and that it's time to come back home, find ourselves, start being ourselves. So, if you have not subscribed to the Healing Waters broadcast, hit the little subscribe button below. If you have not donated to WYTV7, hit the donate button. Any amount of money is appreciated because it keeps broadcasts such as this on the air. And we are here to inspire you, to bring you hope, to make you think, to make you ponder, to stretch you, to challenge you, and to make you laugh. So we will be right back after this commercial break.
Mr. Happy Living here. I love good things made by good people. That's why I love Dry Farm wines. They've transformed my drinking experience with sugar-free, lower alcohol, lab-tested natural wine. It's only grown on small family farms with respect for nature and using regenerative agriculture. You can literally taste the difference. It's naturally delicious. And it's super important because the quality of the food we eat and the wine we drink makes up the quality of our life. Go to happyliving.com. Select Partners in Happy and get your first bottle of natural wine for 1 penny. Share the gift of natural wine and pour some love this holiday season.
We are back to the Healing Waters broadcast, where we are talking about being ourselves. And if you did not catch the first part of this, go back and listen to the story about my 4.5-year-old grandson that inspired this broadcast. So, as I heard the conversation that was going on with my grandson about what he wanted to be when he grew up. I I was reminded, and I guess I was just kind of taken back a little bit, but it really made me stop and think how we are constantly, from a very young age, pushing our kids to always try to be somebody, always try to be like this person. Um, and I get where that comes from, and there's a fine line in that. Okay. So I'm not saying that we should not push our children to dream and aspire to do great things. That's not what I am saying. What I am saying is that I think in a world where we are always wherever we're at in society, if you come from a family of educators, you are going to push education, the importance of education. Oh my gosh, everybody needs to be an educator. Everybody needs to be educated. If you come from a family of doctors, or are in health professions, that's going to be your mindset. You're going to always be pushing your kids to get into the health industry, to become a doctor, become whatever. Maybe you come from a family that's in law enforcement or lawyers or whatever. Whatever you deem as the job. Oh, you need to do this. You need to own your own business. You need to be an entrepreneur. Whatever that is, we push our kids to what we believe is that ultimate thing. But why is it that so many of us never take the time to push our kids to be authentically them? That they are unique, that they can stand on their own with the amazing person that they are. That being themselves and being the best version of themselves is the greatest thing that they can aspire to. What if we taught that to our children from the moment they can understand all the way through into young adulthood? How would our world be a different place if we were teaching children how to be the best version of themselves? And in their journey of being the best version of themselves, they would find their way. They would find their passions. They would find where their giftings are at. Instead of us pushing on them what we think they should do. Let me tell you where we sit in the world right now. This is what I know. Through the life coaching that I do, and through my own personal journey, we have a bunch of adults that are running around planet Earth that have been pushed to do this, pushed to do that. Oh, let's do, you need to be this, you need to be that. They're chasing approval from everyone else except themselves. And many times, by the time they get around to hire in a life coach or go into a counselor or a therapist or a spiritual advisor or whatever it is, at the core of their confusion is they have no idea who they are. They have no idea who they are. Years and years and years piled up, trying to please everyone else, trying to be who everybody else told them they needed to be. So many times I ask the question, what do you want to do? I don't care what they said. I don't care what that person told you. What do you want to do? And it is literally almost 100% of the time, the answer I get is, Marie, I don't know. I have pushed me, my wants, my desires down for so long. I don't even know what I want. So there is such a journey that we have to journey back to that little child who started to become programmed to what everybody else wanted. And that cycle began. And we have to journey back and literally unlearn everything that was stuffed in us that we should be or do. So today, I want to challenge you. Can you choose you? Can you choose to be the best version of you? Can you choose to be yourself? Can you choose to be yourself? My little 4.5-year-old grandson said when he grew up, he wanted to be himself. Y'all, that got my heart. That got my heart. It resonated with me so deeply. And I just said, yes, Gideon, yes. Glam Mom wants to be herself too. Because that is truly where I am the most fulfilled, the most passionate, the most purposeful, is when I come back to being the best version of me. So I hope today I have brought you some food for thought. I've challenged you to think about, are you being yourself? Are you being you? Or are you doing all the things that everybody else says that you need to be doing? If you would like to connect with me, you can connect with me on Facebook at Marie Groves. You can connect with me on IG at world changer _ the number 4 ever. I'm sorry, it's world changer _ for life. Or you can reach out to me via email at mariegroves@healingwaters.info. Thank you for joining me today. And remember, You were not born to just survive. But you, my beautiful people, were born to thrive. We will see you next week. Have a wonderful day.